Hello guys, welcome to the show. I'm Patrick, and on this episode, it is a very special episode. Not only is it the Sunday weigh-in, not only am I going to be making a 2 SYN chocolate cake, but also it is my 1 year birthday or anniversary on YouTube. You know what time it is. Hello guys, welcome to Weighintime. I'm Patrick, and on this birthday edition, anniversary edition, we're doing a 2 SYN chocolate cake, and it is the Sunday weigh-in, so drop your gains, your losses, your tips and your tricks in the comments section below. I don't have my water bottle with me. Well, this is your water reminder. Make sure you drink at least 2.5 litres of water every single day. The idea for making a cake was brought to me by Suzanne, one and only, who's always amazing, and she's in the comments section below, hopefully. I wanted to start the episode off by saying thank you so much to everyone who has, I'm going to be honest, changed my life over the last year. It has been an amazing journey, and I wasn't imagining the channel to be as successful as it was when I first started, and it was exactly on the 22nd of October last year that I did my first ever video. And I really am so thankful to everyone who's watched and clicked that subscribe button. If you haven't done so, please click the subscribe button. I am almost at 10,000 subscribers in a year, which is just phenomenal. And I want to thank each and every one of you individually for just being absolutely amazing and supporting me on my weight loss journey. And hopefully, over the last year, I've supported you as well, and there will be many more years to come of Weighintime. This recipe is actually from the Pinch of Nom website, so the recipe is going to be linked in the description below. I am tweaking it very so slightly though, but of course you can stick to the original recipe, which is down below. So for this, you will need 6 eggs. You'll need 6 egg yolks and 6 egg whites separated. You will also need some cocoa powder. I have used the Asda's own cocoa powder, even though it says that the cocoa powder, the Cadbury's one and the Asda one are the same in SYN value. The actual calories on the Asda one are a lot less than on the Cadbury's cocoa powder. So I don't know why the SYN values are the same, but you can check that out and do your own research yourself. We also have got some vanilla extract, and I've got sweetener. This is 70 grams of sweetener. There's a lot of sweetener in there. And not just that, but I thought one of the additions that I would make to my birthday anniversary cake is some coffee. I'm gonna add some coffee. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but hopefully it'll be quite nice. This birthday cake is gonna be a chocolate birthday cake with a topping of salted caramel icing. So this is basically just a sweetener, salted caramel flavourings, which you can get in Tesco, and also quark. So this has already been done because it's been sitting in the fridge for a while. It smells like salted caramel. Hopefully it tastes like salted caramel. I'm sure it will. So this is going to go at the on the cake at the very end. But first of all, what you want to do is you want to mix your egg yolks, which are these things here, with the cocoa powder. There we go. I missed one. I don't like dealing with egg yolks. And then you want to add your sweetener, so 70 grams of sweetener like that. And then you want to add your vanilla flavouring. So it says 2 teaspoons. There we go. So 1 and then 2. Now, I am one, if you have watched me, I do experiment with flavours and that kind of stuff quite a bit. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm trying to add some vanilla flavoured coffee to this. Now, I don't actually know. Is it probably a better idea if I kind of like dilute the coffee or make it into coffee first and then add it to the mixture? I might do that. Hold on one moment. I have added the coffee and some water together just so it looks so lovely right now, doesn't it? It's so edible. So this is just vanilla flavoured coffee. I've got the Dow Edwards one here because I haven't got any beanies or littles at the moment. So I'm going to add that in. You also need 1 tablespoon of water in there anyway. So I've just kind of connected it together. Oh, look at it go. It looks awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix all of these things together. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? So that's what the consistency that you actually want it to be. Like, oh, look at that chocolatey goodness. Right, so whilst that has been mixed together, you want to be whisking your egg whites. That was dangerously close to my face. Kids, don't try that at home. Whisk your egg whites. Now you want to whisk these until stiff peaks begin to form. I've been whisking the egg whites for a while, and apparently, according to, well, lots of things that I've heard, the egg whites are done once you can put them over your head and they don't fall out. Should we try it? Yay! So I think they are done. So once the egg whites are completely mixed, then you want to spoon the egg whites in to the chocolate mixture, kind of like a spoon at a time. And then you want to gently fold the egg white mixture into the chocolatey goodness. Once you have folded the egg whites into, which took a long time, by the way, it takes a long time to do that. But once you have folded them in, you should get a mixture which looks like this. Hopefully, I don't know, I've never made this before, so hopefully this is what it's supposed to look like. I don't know, we'll see. Once the cake mixture is done, then you want to spray a baking pan with some fry light. Now I've got olive oil fry light, which is the only one I have, apart from if I could do, for example, garlic fry light, but I don't think that would work. There was a time I only had garlic fry light. Other low-cal sprays are available, and I was making like omelettes and fried eggs, and everything just tasted of garlic, so I was like, well, I better invest in one of those. But I'm sure this should be fine. All you need to do is just spray the cake tin with fry light just to make sure that it doesn't stick. And then it's time for the fun bit, which is pouring the cake mixture into the cake mold. So let's stick it in the oven. It needs about 30 minutes in the oven at 180 degrees. While that cake is cooking for 30 minutes in the oven, it's a good time to maybe do your topping. I've actually done it beforehand. So all this is fat-free quark, some salted caramel flavoring, and some sweetener. Remember, the full recipe to this is in the description below from the Pintrest website. Once your cake has been cooking in the oven for around about 30 minutes, it is done, and then it is time to spread the delicious salted caramel topping on the top. And I have a sentence I never thought I would say ever on Slimming World, but I have a slice of low-SYN cake in front of me. This is it. It is very, very rich. It's very chocolatey, and it's got a nice even layer, as Mary Berry would say, of some salted caramel topping on the top. It's really, really nice. Now, let's talk about SYN values. So the SYN value of the Pintrest website is 2 SYNs. Now, bearing in mind they're not officially Slimming World, I'm not officially Slimming World, so make sure you do your own research. But because I used Asda cocoa powder, I am going to go out on a limb and say that this slice of cake will actually be around about 8 SYN and a half. So I've said 2 SYNs, but just to be on the safe side, depending on what cocoa powder you're using. Now, the reason why I'm only SYNing the cocoa powder is because all of the ingredients are free. So the essence, and then you've got all of the eggs and that kind of stuff, they're all free. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Patrick, you added more than a tablespoon of sweetener. Well, technically, I added 5.5 tablespoons of sweetener to this. And that means that if you have 6 slices of this cake, then that means that per slice, it is a tablespoon of sweetener, which means, technically, if you only have 1 slice, you don't have to SYN the sweetener. So all you have to SYN is the cocoa powder. And that's why this should be around about 1.5 SYNs for a delicious slice of cake. And slice of cake, that's not as important as the whole cake. Now, is this cake going to win me Star Baker of the Great British Bake Off? No is the answer to that question, but because I've never made a cake before. However, if it was maybe looking a little bit nicer on the plate, then possibly. This is the cake. A slice is missing. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but it is very, very tasty. One thing I'd probably do a little bit differently next time is maybe use a little bit of a better sweetener. I use Splenda, but maybe a little bit less sweetener than 70 grams because it is rather sweet. But if you like and you have a good sweet tooth, then this is the perfect ingredient for you. Thank you so much for watching this anniversary birthday edition of Weigh-In Time. It is the Sunday weigh-in, so make sure you drop your gains, your losses, your tips and your tricks into the comment section below. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then make sure you drop me a thumbs up and also pop it into the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe, and then you'll get a notification every time I upload a video. Whatever time of day you're watching this, have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening, and I will catch you next time on another Weigh-In Time. I'll see you soon.